This is Bite of Bread with today's message coming from Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time and a purpose under heaven. That's a great song by the Byrds, right? But I really have a problem with this verse. I mean, you're telling me that God allows things to happen, evils to happen, because there's a reason and a purpose behind it? I mean, you're telling me that little children are abused all the time, and an all-powerful God doesn't stop that from happening. You're telling me that the sex traffic, trade, slavery, etc., that's going on that nobody wants to talk about, that all these things are going on and God's not putting a stop to sex trafficking? You're telling me that there's a reason that, and it's okay, that we lose loved ones and we hurt? I mean, the list can go on and on. You're telling me that God wills that? Well, many of the things that I mentioned, aside from death, all those other things are things that may or may not be within our control. The question is, why do we allow it? And I think that we get so frustrated sometimes that we blame others. Well, the reason this is not is like it is because of this political party, or what are we doing about it? And though we may have limited power to stop these evils, what are we doing about it? Are we not speaking out about it? Are we not getting out and trying to work to find out ways to remedy the problem? I mean, if you could just save one person from going into prostitution, I mean, that's huge, you know? We often want to blame God because He is all-powerful and all-knowing, but really and truly, God gave us a choice in the Garden of Eden. And we've always chosen to go with our own knowledge, with our own wisdom that we've attained, and not go with the wisdom of God. We live in a fallen world where much evil takes place by the hands of people. I think in a way it's kind of like God's allowing all these things to happen to show you that your self-sufficiency, which began in the Garden of Eden story, your self-sufficiency, it's not going to cut it. You need the Lord God, and He's trying to speak to us today. I don't have simple answers. I took a class about it. I wrote papers about the problems with God and evil, but there's no answer that can explain it all. Some people say, well, He's just not there. Yes, He is, because He offers us hope. And He's the reason why there's little rays of sunshine in dark, dark corners all throughout the world if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Short message, lots I could say. God bless you. Bite of bread.